Perfect game for Olivia Glotty. What did you see in game one?
Oh, it's just great command again of her pitches. She had good hop on the ball today. She was strong. She was a little pumped up, which is good because when she gets pumped up, she has the ability to throw that perfect game. And she's been throwing very, very well lately. So we're excited to have her, really starting to peak at the right time of the season.
So for the first couple of innings in that game one, Ling May, the pitcher for Towson, was going pound for pound with Glotty. So what were your first thoughts in the first three innings? And then once that fourth inning came and Tessa broke it open, what were your thoughts then?
Ling can really throw the ball. She's a very good pitcher. And what we have to do is stay within our game plan. And if we start chasing high off of her, we're in trouble. And we were chasing high early in the game. And as soon as we expand that strike zone and leave the strike zone against Lingman, she's going to get you every single time. Had a little talk, told them what they had to do, and the great, credit to the team is that they really calmed down, stay within the game plan, which was get something down in the zone rather than up in the zone. Don't go up. Don't expand the strike zone, for her. And once we did that, we really started to put the ball and play hard.
Now, in that fourth inning, obviously there were a couple free outs, I guess you could say, because they made a couple errors. So it's, I guess, self-explanatory. It hurts in every sport when you make outs, but how key is it for you guys to capitalize and get runs off of their mistakes?
That's sort of the psychological, advantage of a mentality of if somebody's going to give you an extra out, then you have to capitalize on it, obviously, or at least hit the ball hard somewhere. And we were able to do that. Anytime that we give up an error or make an error, they realize of the possible consequences of what that could do. And when another team gives us the opportunity to get another out during the course of the game, then we're going to bear it down a little bit more. But it's really a combination of really narrowing and swinging the pitches that we could handle rather than leaving the strike zone. I know I said this a couple times to the team, and I may have said it publicly. When we're in the strike zone, we don't swing and miss much. When we leave the strike zone, that's when we swing and miss. And we started to stay in that strike zone.
Olivia Glotty, that fly ball, fluke play, I guess you want to say, or how would you describe it?
Which?
The one where it looked like right in front of home plate. Both were kind of going for it.
Yeah. It was a wind-blown foul ball that all of a sudden blew back into fair. It was well back of the backstop, and it should have been a foul ball, but with the wind blowing the way it is and the conditions here, you really have to be on your toes, and you have to be playing the game, and you have to continue to play. As we say, we can never stop playing, and she stopped playing. We didn't say anything to her because she had a good game going, so we didn't want to disrupt the other side of it, but that's something that she'll take with her, and trust me, it won't happen again.
Coach, big day for Zampa. She's really been seeing the ball well since she obviously missed a couple games from the injury. What have you seen for her? Why has she been so successful in the box?
Starting right now to see the ball better. She's been getting great swings the last couple of games, but being out for any prolonged period of time at our level, it takes you 3 or 4 games to get back in. The 3 or 4 games that she first came back on, she was getting really good swings at it, and she was just missing it. She was getting all frustrated because she's a perfectionist and a senior, and she wants to lead and she wants to do well. And I told her, take your time, relax. It's going to come. You need some game at bats rather than some BP at bats. And now she's back in the groove, which is great to see because she's such a wonderful kid.
And Tori Rocha, obviously, Towson can preach on how important defense is. Looks like Tori Rocha is really turning a corner in the defense.
Yeah, she's been playing very consistent all year long, defensively. She made that great play up the middle, and she's very consistent with the defense. She's made quite a few good plays on that right side of the infield. So, having her there and having Beckett short, they're really gelling and working well together, sort of like Jeter and Cano, so it's a good thing.
Now, obviously, Coach, the big thing is if you win tomorrow, you get a chance to host the CAA tournament. Is that really something that you're going to think about in tomorrow's game, or is there going to be more, just one more win, let's get it, and let's get to tournament time?
I think you guys can answer that question. we just go at one game at a time. We're not going to talk about the tournament. We're not going to talk about anything. We have a game to play tomorrow. We have a game plan we're going to have to execute depending on who they throw. And we have to go out there and play Hofstra softball to our standard. And if we do that, that's all we want from our kids.